I just want to challenge
Yeah.
Johnny's point about Rashford being like we played better without Rashford. That's not true. Like I'm going to say that you're wrong, like just full out wrong, because it's not because Rashford wasn't there. It's because Martial was there. If Martial, we got to remember, Martial and Rashford together probably are our highest scoring players together. They probably assist each other the most. People trying to put Rashford against Martial in any way, shape, or form, for me, is foolish because both of them together play our best football. If if Rashford was playing instead of Sancho today, I don't care how techie Sancho is, and I love Sancho. Sancho is a baller. I absolutely love him. But I don't care how silky his touches are, how good he is at drag backs and step overs and link up play. Rashford scores today with Martial because their chemistry above anyone else's is the best in the team. When Martial came on in the last game, you saw it. Rashford just knew where he was. Those two were linking up. So for you to say, Johnny, that we play better without Rashford in the team is wrong. Because with Rashford and Martial in the team, we would play even better and score more goals.
I don't
Because
agree
guess
with
what? Goals is more important than aesthetics. We looked good today, but guess what? We drew because we didn't score more than 2 goals.
Yeah. I
Listen,
don't agree with that.
So I was going to say that I agree with where KJ is coming from. And for me, the reason why Bruno looked better, the reason we haven't done this for such a long time. Sabitzer was in Bruno's old role tonight. That's because Bruno is a better technician from deeper than Sabitzer. And Sabitzer's probably played 5, 6, 7 games in that double type pivot for us. People don't call it a pivot. They might call it 8 or 6. I get so confused now. I'm just going to call it what I used to call it as a kid, central midfield. I think we overcomplicate it now, and football isn't a complicated sport. The way he was making those runs from deep were because Martial was able to hold the ball up. Martial holds the ball up differently to Rashford. Rashford, when he plays as a 9, he's an off-the-shoulder 9. He's a different type of footballer than Anthony Martial. We were a better team with Martial in it. But tonight, if Rashford would have been out on that left-hand side, that would have been somebody even making more runs on that side. His interplay over there would have been good as well. And I don't think we would have faded as much. Sancho had a good start to the game. I think the first 20, 25 minutes, I was really impressed with him. After that, he did absolutely nothing. Rashford might fade as well. He could have done. He might have been part of the fade. But we also know up until the 90th minute, the guy's dangerous. He's got as many match winners this season as any other striker in English football. So I don't buy this notion that we were better tonight without him. We were really good against Everton at the weekend. Rashford was in the team. We were really good against Brentford. Rashford was in the team. We were really good home and away against Barcelona with Rashford in the team. But Martial wasn't there those days. And I just don't buy into this notion of I knew what I was going to see from people as soon as we were playing well and Rashford wasn't on the football pitch. You'll get the same next week. If we look really good away against Sevilla, it will be, look how good we are without Bruno in midfield. People are so quick.
But Terra, it's
Rashford, so quick to jump on him.
It's Rashford's interplay and Sancho's interplay today that I have a problem with. That's my problem. I'm sure if you give Rashford chances, Terra, he's going to score them. Well, start saying that. He's not even been that clinical, but he's been getting the goals this season. But, like...
Rashford's not being clinical.
Rashford not being clinical.
Rashford's not being clinical.
Guys,
no, he hasn't.
No.
Recent games. Hang on. What do you mean? Not clinical.
How many chances he's missed? He's missed
many?
Listen, he's got his goals in the league, but he's missed a lot of chances, Terry.
Yo, bro, Johnny, do you know how many chances Harry Kane will miss? And have you seen Haaland? Have you seen how many chances Haaland misses? Strikers miss the goal, bro.
But this is not
it's normal.
Like Martial, he's not even played as many as Rashford. He's got a better goals to game ratio than Rashford.
Hold on. Johnny, play Martial for as many games as you've played Rashford. I guarantee he misses as many shots and goals.
He doesn't. We all know Martial's more clinical than Rashford.
Let's not hold on.
It's not Johnny. You're putting an unrealistic expectation on Rashford here. When it's
I'm not taking anything away from Rashford. Right, without his goals this season, we would be in shit. I'm not discrediting him for that, but he hasn't been clinical.
Yes, he has, because there's been games where there's games where we've won 1-0 because Rashford has taken 1 out of 3 shots that he's had. That is clinical.
He's missed loads of chances, KJ.
Hang on, slow down. Hang on, KJ, wait. What's a good conversion rate in your eyes? How many chances out of 10 should you be scoring?
If you get like, to me, clinical's like you get 2 chances, you score one of them. That's clinical to me.
So
There's not a
50%
soul
conversion.
on
So
earth that does
hang on,
that.
guys. I'm just breaking this down. So you think a 50% conversion rate?
Like Martial
soul.
at his best, Jeff United, he was super clinical under Ole. Remember?
Not a,
Do you remember?
not a soul alive has a 50%
So what
conversion rate.
so what season was that then?
It was I think it was Ole's first main season. I want to say. Off the top
So
of
that
my
would
head.
have been 19 to 20, yeah.
Bro, there's not a soul that has a 50% conversion rate.
So I just looked here. In that season, Anthony Martial had a 28% conversion rate. Marcus Rashford this season, 29%.
Bro,
It might be season after. I said might, not definitively. It might be season
It's
after.
definitely not the season after that because Martial fell off the cliff after that.
This is the thing, though. Again, Rashford has scored nearly 30% of his chances this season. That is a very high conversion rate. It's like Haaland, right? We know Haaland's a better finisher than Rashford. We all agree. He's on 42%. So he's 12% better than Rashford, right? Which means he scores just over one more goal in 10 chances than Rashford.
I don't know how people think Rashford's clinical. I generally don't get it.
He's got 28 goals this season.
This season has been the most clinical Rashford has ever been. Overall, yes, he takes a lot of chances to score, but so do so many strikers in the world. It's so normal to not have a 50% strike. Like Haaland's a freak. Let's remember this. Haaland is a freak. Ronaldo and Messi in their pumps, freaks. Mbappe, when he's on form, is a freak. Conversion rates over 30% are not normal. You're fortunate as a striker at 15%.
When I've been watching Rashford this season, for me, I don't think he's been clinical. I think he's been getting the goals, but I wouldn't call it clinical. Maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I'm not saying my opinion's right.
But getting the goals by definition, I mean, Victor Osimhen, is he clinical?
I don't watch him. So
Victor Osimhen's looked at as one of the best strikers in the world. He scores 2% less chances than Rashford. And he's looked at as the best striker in the world. This is the thing. This is the thing with eye tests. When you compare the eye test to facts, if they don't match, then your eye test is off.
To me, like Terry, like if you're missing like loads of chances, then scoring a goal, that's not clinical to me.
Has Rashford been missing loads of gilt-edged easy chances this season?
I think he's missed loads of chances. Yeah, loads.
Not gilt edge. He's missed long shots. There's some like the other day against Everton, he should have maybe scored that 1-on-1. Cool.
But my main point, the main point that I started with this year, Sancho and Rashford's like interlink play has not been that good. That was my main point. I don't think it's been good at all. I feel like Anthony's been good with Martial tonight, but the left hand side, I don't think it's been good. I don't think it's good enough. And it's like I feel like we need something else there. I actually like these days prefer Rashford at 9. I think he's actually doing better at 9.
So again, I don't think it matters about the set positions. I know that Adam last week disagreed when we spoke about this, but I like the interchange. And what I love about Martial and Rashford playing together is that they can both between them. You don't do it every 5 minutes, but between the two of them, they can switch. Between the two of them, 1 minute, one can be 9, one can go to the left because they can play both positions. Sancho can't do that. Just on big chances this season. So in the Premier League this year, big chances misses. That's where like you think they're going to score and they miss. Gabriel Jesus has missed 14. Ollie Watkins 15. Ivan Toney 16. Mo Salah 16. Rashford 16. Darwin Núñez 18. Erling Haaland's missed 20 big chances this year. So Rashford isn't missing gilt-edged chances exponentially more than any other player in the Premier League. The one person whose ratio is really good this year, and we all know he's a better finisher than Rashford, is Harry Kane, who's only missed 10 as an example. Again, I think what you're doing, Johnny, I know you don't like Marcus Rashford, and I think what you're doing is every mistake he makes, I believe you're over-indexing and overplaying it. And then when he's not around or somebody else is in the team or something else looks good, I think you're over-egging it and going, right, see, without him, we'd be a much, much better team. At the end of the day, Rashford's been our superstar attacker this year. He's here to stay. He's just an absolute colossus. He's a colossus.
If I may.
Like, this is what I struggle with. I don't understand, like, colossus. I don't like these superstar. Like, I watch Rashford, I don't see that kind of player.
If I may.
Johnny, okay, I get that you don't see a superstar in Rashford in terms of what you
like,
think
I
a
watched
superstar
Vinny
is.
last night against Man City. Vinny Jr. is clear of Rashford.
Yeah, listen.
Two things can be true at the same time.
Vinny Jr. is a great player, so I'm not going to argue what your preference is. But what Rashford does if anyone else was doing it, they would call him one of the best in the world, or was such a baller.
No, but this is the thing, KJ. One second. I'm not sat here saying
when Rashford's running from the
I'm not
halfway
sat here
line.
saying I'm
No,
not
no,
sat here
one sec,
saying that
Johnny.
Rashford's
I'm
a bad
sorry.
player.
I'm sorry. Let me just finish what I'm saying.
Let KJ finish. Let KJ finish his point.
When Rashford's scoring goals this season, he scored goals from the halfway line, running at defenders, scoring goals. He's scoring goals with his weaker foot. That last season, like years before, he weren't scoring many left-footed goals. He scored goals with his head, more headers than he's done in his entire United career. He's done this season. He's scored goals to win games. He's scored goals to equalize games. He's got an assist to help us in important moments. Those are superstar qualities. Haaland, superstar for Manchester City. The amount of goals he scores is phenomenal. Yeah, Harry Kane, superstar. But Rashford for United, for a superstar of the season, it's been Rashford. He's a guy that you look at, is like, rah. He looks like he could score at any moment and bring us through. That game against Real Betis, yes, he missed a gilt-edged chance. Frustrating, I know. But then he just goes and scores a screamer. Well, guess what? Superstars do that. That's why we love the game, because superstars can come out and do foolishness and amazing things out of nowhere. We used to bag on Rashford, bag on Bruno for individual brilliance. Well, guess who would love individual brilliance right now? Teams like Chelsea. They would love some of that.
Look, KJ, I know.
Guys, I gotta go.
All right,
thanks for having me on, guys.
Cheers, mate. Thank you, bro.
KJ, I know Rashford's your guy, man. I know Terrace is your guy too, and I respect it. I just don't think he's as good as people make him out to be. And that's not to say that I don't think he's a bad player. He's not a bad player at all. I think he's a very good player.
He doesn't have to be as good as people want him to be either. Like he's not world class.
People like,
I'm okay with that though.
But KJ, like people like saying like genuinely, the fan base putting me in conversations with Mbappe. Like they I'm like,
Johnny. But the fan people that do that are 10-year-old kids on Twitter. Why are you paying any mind to them? Why are you paying it any attention?
I see it so much, Terry. Like,
but from who? Bro. Do you see me do that?
No.
I'm not trying to catch you out here. Do you see KJ do it? Do you see any of the prominent Man United fans online do it? Any of the pundits do it? Any of the writers do it? Or do you see kids who don't even have their real name or face online do it? And if it is, why worry about it?
I do see the media and pundits do it. I won't see any of the prominent Man United accounts doing it. But the media and the pundits, I do think they put him in conversations that he's not in.
And I understand that. But I would say this again, right? If you're a Man United fan, you're seeing him being put in them conversations. As a United fan, why shoot it down? He's one of your own. Like, I think it's a mad one to shoot down. For instance, if suddenly the world wanted to crown Lisandro Martinez the best centre-back in the world, and I didn't think he was, I'm not going to disagree with it. I'm going to allow my guy to be seen as the best. Like, I don't see why we shoot down our own players.
Like, I'm so hungry to win a title, like I'm out in the Champions League, and I want our players to get these plaudits when they deserve it. Like I
understand
do you get what I'm saying, Terry?
I understand that. So let me ask you this question. Do you think if Alan Shearer on Match of the Day says that Rashford's the best player in the world, do you think that that's going to sway the mind of Eric Ten Hag to say, "Oh, might as well keep him there"? Alan Shearer said it.
It's like when I hear stuff like that.
So let me finish. Okay. Our manager's mind is not going to be swayed, and he'll pick the best players possible. And if he can sign better, he will. Why does it matter what anybody else says about him?
I don't know, man. Maybe it's just a character flaw.
For me, I think what it is, I think you don't like him, and when you see him getting praised, it triggers you personally.
No.
You don't like him that much.
So this notion that I don't like Rashford or hate him is wrong. I think he's a good player, a very good player. It's like when the fan base did to Bruno. I think he was a good player. They're putting him on levels that they're not on for me. Like why can't they let players just be where they are?
Yeah, Johnny.
You know the maddest part for me? You know the maddest part of all this for me? How this has become a Rashford debate when he didn't touch the pitch is preposterous to me.
Superstar energy, bro. You don't chat about superstars when they're not playing, bro.
I'll say this.